Good evening, everyone. My name is Rick Morera, and it's June 2nd, 2021, and I'm back here in my garden, and I'm just going to show you around a little bit, and then I'm going to demonstrate how I sow my Hoya seeds that I'll be collecting. And I sent out a bunch of seeds this last couple weeks, and people have requested that I do a video on how I plant them. So towards the end of this video, I will, do a little demonstration. So let me just take you around the yard and show you some of the stuff that's going on. And one of the leaves on this fungi, it's really gorgeous. It unfurled, and it's just stunning. It's quite big. Now this leaf is probably like 6 months old, and this was the first leaf since I've gotten the plant. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited about this Collagenese that's in bud right here. And this is Collagenese macroglossum, and this beautiful crystallinum anthurium has a flower, so maybe I can pollinate it with my anthurium coronervium over here that also has a flower. So let me take you over to this side of the yard. I don't usually do this side very often, but I wanted to show you this is a little sun stressed and how big these Hoya fungi leaves can get. And this is what they look like when they get a little bit too much sun. They get quite veiny actually. And this is Hoya weimannii. You can see it's getting some color. This is the new growth. Quite beautiful, huh? And I have a Mimi Palmer. I got this last fall, but I don't have any hopes that it'll bloom for me anytime soon, but it looks like it's blooming size. And I wanted to show you this really, really pretty new leaf on my buenophilodendron. And it's huge, you can see, and the plant itself is getting pretty big. So over here I have some mounted phalaenopsis. They're really doing well and attaching themselves over to the tree with their roots. And down here I have a Cocoa Ranch hybrid. This is Joel, doing really well there. And this is one of my, if you've seen my prior videos, this is my chicken farm seedlings. They are doing, some of them are really, really pretty. I'm really excited about that. Oh, look at this new leaf up here. So, quite beautiful. Let me take you over to, there's Michelle. And it has a new growth on my silver dollar. You can see. And this is a bulbophyllum, and it's Bulbophyllum lobii from Kathy's Gold. And I thought it was going to be a real stinker, but it actually smells really nice. It smells like a little citrusy. On this side of the yard I have this really pretty orange vanda. And this cattleya, it's been in bloom for like 3 weeks. Really beautiful. And this vanda is called Ascacenda Vibun Sunset. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Here there's actually one Hoya bloom all the way up the sable palm. You can't really see it up there. I actually got up on a ladder and took a closer picture. I'll do an insert. So yeah, this is the side gate, and here's that Cattleya. Changes color every day. It's quite beautiful. I'll put the name. I'm forgetting it again. And let me just show misting the backyard here. 1 second. So I've harvested seeds from this Hoya verticillata cross, and here they are, some more seeds that are yet to open. So what happens with Hoya seeds, they're a milkweed, so all the seeds have fluff, so when the seed pods pop open, they just fly all over the place. So you need to have them in a like a bag, a breathable bag like this little sack, or gonza, I guess that's what they call them. So from there I will go on to show you how I'll go about planting them. So after the seed pod opens, the seeds look like that, and they're captured inside this bag. And what I do is I create little envelopes and I give it a number to identify the pod. So on this Hoya I had about 10 pods, so I gave it 10 different RHM numbers. Those are my initials. So for shipping, I take the Hoya seeds and I put them in between a piece of paper towel, and I ship them like this, and I leave the fluff on there. That's how they come out, and that's how they do in nature, so I don't remove the fluff. So that's how I ship them. I fold it like this and I put it in the envelope. So if you buy seeds from me, you will get an envelope like that. So after I get my seeds, I prepare my mix, which is basically potting mix with a little bit of perlite and a little bit of coconut husk. So I like these trays because they have a reservoir and a lid for humidity, and you can put 12 seeds on here. But you can also use any piece of Tupperware size, about yay big. Just make sure you make a lot of holes, and leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of mix down there, and you can plant your seeds on that as well. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and plant these seeds and see if I can do it with just one hand, since I'm holding the phone. So I take a seed with one of these tweezers. As you can see, it's a tiny little seed, and I just leave it on top of the soil and stick it in maybe like a tiny little bit. But if you leave them on top of the soil, that should be good enough. So you can put a couple on each. Sometimes I put 3 seeds on each tray if you have a lot of seeds. So, and I leave the fluff on there if it comes with a seed. And I just go down and I do all the cells. And if you have it on there, you kind of just space them out nicely. And then you would put the lid on there, and you would leave it in a bright, warm area. And you should check to see if the soil is pretty moist until they start to sprout, which takes about 2 to 3 days. You should see some activity. So when they get a little bigger like this, or even just a couple of sets of true leaves, I move them up to a 2-inch pot. This is a seedling from last year, and I leave them in there until they're a little bigger, and then I move them up to a 4-inch pot. So this is from a couple years ago. And then I leave them in the 4-inch pot until they bloom, and as you can see, this is like a good sized plant, and this is one of my crosses from 2 years ago, and it's about to bloom. So that's about it. If you have any other questions, please leave comments and I'll try to get back to you. And that's pretty much it. Let me just recap. I basically harvest the seeds, I plant them on top of the soil, cover them so that humidity, but you want some ventilation, so I added a little extra holes on there. And once they have about 2 or 3 sets of leaves, or they can stay in here a little longer, I move them up to a 2-inch pot, and then after that they grow out a little more to a 4-inch pot, and then just wait till it blooms. 4-inch pots are pretty good to get a Hoya to a full mature size. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Please like and subscribe, and come back to my channel. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy growing Hoyas from seed. I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you.